So yeah,
Mac Daddy stepping up to the plate again.
Everything's
Mac.
on him.
I believe in Mac's supremacy. After yesterday, I'm now a full-on Mac believer, a patron of the Church of Mac. I'm ready. Let's see some magic on this Batrider. You were telling me that this Batrider is really strong in a core role. However, mostly, I think we've been seeing the other facet on core Batrider. So interesting that he goes for Stoked. Not what I was anticipating. See you, Governor.
My apologies, I was doing a little bit of admin.
Rationality as well.
It's fine. It's spell amp and move speed. It's like the other one's just good for tower taking, right? And like being a nuisance, but like the speed of the map is very strong with Stoked. Because
We've
of
also
course
got
you're just
Snot
naturally
Rider
quicker.
as well. Lovely.
Oh, he's a good egg. He loves his groundfall.
Yep. See him, the sticky napalms will be green. Gross. And his if you ever look at his back closely, then it's got snot dripping out of its nose. Very nice. Anyway, I'm gonna give him a bit of information here. Knows what's up, but yeah, just gonna be a straight up trade on the runes, 1 for 1. So what way are you leaning? Are you leaning towards Navi in this first game?
Yeah, no, I think purely based on if we fully ignore like play from yesterday, draft wise, I think Navi's draft is so strong, right? Like the fact that they forced their opponent to put a Morphling into position 5, like you can argue Medusa might be able to do it, but you know Medusa doesn't like buying BKB. She wants Manta Butterfly, and CK loves going second, third item Orchid into Bloodthorn, right? And it's like that in itself is a hard counter to a evasion-based hero, which is most of Medusa's toolkit or happy itemization. So yeah, I think Navi's draft is so much better than yesterday. It's like a completely different Navi, it feels like, in the draft. And now we have to see if they can execute on land with the heroes that they are very comfortable with.
Indeed, and a bit more zing and pop to go with it as well. We're whipping out the AA, whipping out the CK. It's just a bit more creative, a bit more zing. So we'll see how that works out for them. I do like how Kaori is already first point gone for Chilling Touch as well. He does not care about your Cold Feet Ice Vortex build. And this Goo cosmetic is quite something in the middle lane. Didn't realize it gave you a trail. This is crazy. We'll enjoy that one a little later. It's like he doesn't have the 5 stacks on him, so has to back himself away. Ugh. Look at this. He's all smotted up.
And the real question is...
Really...
Sorry, go on.
Yeah, I was gonna say in the middle lane, like it's not really looking too bad for Sanctity. Like whilst it looks bad when you watch the lane because he's being zoned out a little bit, he's doing a pretty good job on dragging the creeps back and getting CS. But yeah, maybe Max starts to pull ahead with level 3, 2 points in the sticky, make it very difficult. But don't forget that Sanctity of course had a stick this whole time as well. So all these sticky napalms, all this harass, it is just going to give Sanctity regen whenever he needs it. You've got to be careful not to put yourself in a dying position. And you can see Mac holding the points as well, so if he sees a kill opportunity, I'm guessing he's going to go for the Firefly, but if not, then maybe just grab the Flame Break.
It also helps that bot lane seems pretty set up for Navi, where if Mac is to go aggressive, I'm expecting QBFY on the Willow to make that TP in. It's like, do you really think Morph Medusa safe? Like this, do you know, like when you start a cast in the back of your mind, you don't have to take it seriously? Like, that's kind of what's happening right now. Because like, if you took a screenshot of this, took away the player names, and asked Reddit, Twitch to comment, you would assume it's a double carry angrily fighting for CS in the bot lane, right? Like,
True.
It doesn't look like a lane, but because of that, Magnus isn't really under any threat, so Willow can always live in mid lane if needed. But for now, ooh, a lot of pressure coming out onto Jackie there. Again, it's the small things that kind of hurt Boom a little bit, right? Like your Morph in position 5, Thus, your rotations aren't strong to mid. Batrider always wants supports to come to mid lane to overwhelm his opponent, to break down the lane. And now Mac is like, well, I can't really do that, which means Rubik has to do everything, right? And Rubik cannot leave top lane because of the pressure, right?
In the top side, but yeah,
he's fine. He's
really
fine.
Matter.
I hope I've described the domino effect of this Morphling quite well, but it's like mid wants heroes, can't do it, top can't leave, thus everyone will just AFK in lanes for boom, it feels like at least. And we'll see if they can find a way to kind of break that, because Na'Vi will be very happy if no one helps this Batrider.
Yep. But do you want to see any kind of aggression coming out from QBFY and Boom down here onto Januel and Jack Blitz? Because they can't really fight back, or do they just try and outfarm them with the Empower?
I mean, they can just farm heavily.
Yeah.
You know that you're not going to get pushed out, and when Boom gets left alone, if he does have maximum power, he
here
can...
we go, aggressive play coming out onto Boom. He's forced to skewer himself away. The power of the Morphling Medusa is too much for Boom to handle.
QBFY did take some sweet damage there, to be fair.
Yeah. Gorgon's Grasp, the only spell they really have in this lane.
Yeah. Again, I think if they weren't up against such a strong looking lineup, I would be sitting here praising just the confidence. Like, I've always wanted teams to return to creativity. I think due to the increase in, you know, stats available on heroes, what people do, we aren't seeing as much kind of, you know, flex and fun, but this is a little bit too far, you could argue. I'm intrigued to know where Januel will go with his build. Like, will he just go like Mana Boots Yules or something for just additional control? Just constantly just providing that extra little bit of lockdown. And QBFY's first rotation of the game actually is towards top lane.
Ooh.
Which he doesn't really connect on anything. We see him, well, we don't actually see him. He's above the tree line right now. There he is. Peekaboo.
No, okay, on the top side, going fishing for FBZ, but under tower, that is bold. And now the Batrider's going to come in looking for Shad here. QBFY, what can he do? Not a whole lot, because the lasso comes out. Dragging Shad back. Shad on the run. Tim's from the sidelines, though. Spear connects, and that'll be a first blood going to Mac. And now he looks over towards QBFY as well. The double damage Batrider looking for another target. Sanctity coming in on the tree lines, though. And Mac's happy to try and stand his ground here. I think he needs to back away from this Monkey King, though. Spear through the trees, catches out Sanctity again here. Sanctity going to turn around, though, try to get off that Jingu, but it's not doing a whole lot to heal him up. It's another kill for Mac. They bring down QBFY as well. 3 dead in the top lane on the side of Na'Vi. Boom Esports, a very successful first play of the game from them.
Such a forced move from Na'Vi, right? Like, the Willow TPs to top, sits in the trees. They don't get the Mars. Then they still go for the Mars, who's pretty much underneath the tier 1 tower, you know, in regards to proximity. And then Batrider rocks up with a DD, and the Sanctity goes, you know what? I want to take the fight. Like, oh. Of course, it is, you know, Mac quickly TPing in, ensuring that he jumps onto the CK. Tim's in position as well, but it is quite a little bit of a shocking go from Na'Vi. I think the initial go on Mars is, you could argue, fine in nature. CK dying, it's a blunder, but then to go for the fight after.
Tower, it's super deep as well. Like, you've got to anticipate the TP's coming from that, right?
Yeah. It was a rough one, for sure. And it kind of felt like the moves should be AA and Willow syncing together and moving on the map, rather than it being everyone throw themselves to the top corner. I think map play could have been a lot stronger there from Na'Vi, but yeah, either way, they go back to their farm, and you know, it is Magnus with double melee core, right? If he goes to a CK lane or a Monkey King lane, free Battle Fury amps them up a lot, and we're already seeing Sanctity getting a couple, you know, bits of empower as he springs down to bot, gets an empower, springs back to mid. Oh, look at the Morphling D1, so good.
Waveform way to safety. What a hero.
I mean, something that we didn't really discuss is the fact that, yes, Morphling and Medusa can't kill a Magnus, but also Magnus Willow, when Medusa has levels, can't kill a Medusa. which means it's not like it's like a Beastmaster Lion lane or something, which would slaughter Medusa, take her tower, and you lose the map, right? Like, you are playing a farming carry into a farming offlaner. So Morphling 5 isn't actually kind of griefing. But we know it's top lane.
Engagement to Shad up on top. Yeah, Gorgon's Grasp going to hold back the CK as well, but he's actually going to turn this one around with the help of Kaori here and just go for the Mars. Again, incredibly bold play to just drop the arena and the tower like that, and they just didn't have the damage on the side of Boom. Tim's fails with the throwback as well, so actually should just be able to run down the Rubik as well. All right. Apparently the theme of the game is just incredibly deep plays getting punished.
Yeah, I think the teams are kind of, you know, trying to find their damage a little bit, right, in these fights. Na'Vi think they have more, they don't kill the Mars. Then Mars optimistically trying to kill off a CK, who has 1400 HP and a safety bubble, right? It's like, it's just so tanky. And he only had a Medusa through the Twin Gate, right? Like, it wasn't as if the Bat Rider was there. Like, if Bat's there through the Twin Gate, that's a dead CK. But unfortunately for Boom, they just brought the wrong core to help the Mars out, and that is the issue there. If anything, I want Medusa. Yeah, you want the Morphling core? Okay, I see.
No, they just needed Morphling in that play. Would have made all the difference.
Yeah,
that's the damage they needed.
Yeah.
There we go. Fight taking place again here as the A-Blast comes ripping on through, but not really landing onto anybody. And now Max in with the lasso out onto Sanctity, and they will just be able to bring him down. Oh, here's the Morph to finish the job. Januel gets it done, and now looking for the +1. QBFY has been found and will lose his life. FBZ securing the kill there with a lovely little spear, and that'll be 2 dead on the side of Na'Vi, and potentially a mid lane tower for Boom Esports.
Okay, well, I kind of expected at 10 minutes there to be maybe like a 1 or 2k lead to Na'Vi. I was not anticipating the very quick demise of Na'Vi's ability to go aggressive, and yeah, it feels like Boom are in a really good spot. As much as we had reservations for Morphling, there are no problems anymore. Like, right? Like, the laning phase is over. Medusa wasn't punished.
Oh.
Morphling's able to run around now with mana boots and just place wards and be a 5. So yeah, I think Boom.
I think realistically, Boom is nowhere near as farmed as he should be this game. I don't know
right?
why, but I mean the player, the Magnus.
Oh, the Magnus. Oh, that. Oh. Fuck, that confused me so much.
Yeah.
Yep.
No,
sorry. Back to the Magnus. Yep. Go on.
Yes, I just think that Magnus, boom.magnus, Na'Vi.boom.magnus.
Thank you.
Nowhere near as farmed as you should be. I think
Yeah.
that you should be coming out of this lane with it like at least a 1k gold advantage at 10 minutes. He is behind quite significantly, which I think is sort of unacceptable in some ways.
So then the argument would be,
partly comes from QBFY, right? Like, it's not entirely the Magnus's fault.
I mean, there's technically two approaches to this, right? It's like the Magnus could have gone for 3-point Shockwave to keep throwing spells onto Medusa because you know the Morphling can't help you, and Boom opting to go for the Empower build. It's like, he knows he can farm as quick as Medusa, but does he want to match her farm, or does he want to try and shove her to the jungle, right? And he does have a quick blink though, due to the way that he's played it. So I think all of our concerns should now be, like, if this blink doesn't connect on a big kill, we then critique the build. Why didn't they go for Shockwave? Medusa's now too farmed, you know, this type of logic.
Yeah,
but we'll see if the blink can work out.
I like it.
Yeah. They are split up as 3. This is kind of the entire product of their draft, and Mac is invisible. They do have a sentry though.
Okay. I can see it's going wrong, but let's see. Mac moving away on the side. Thanks to he's just farming up nearby as well. So everyone's kind of just farming near each other.
Okay. Oh, Mac has a blink.
The sentry is down. Oh, he actually jumped forward on the side of Mac. The up, he is going to come down onto him. AA Blast not quite coming through yet, just because they don't need it. They've got the damage to take down Mac regardless, and they will get the kill onto the Bat Rider.
So my camera was positioned in a way that I was looking for Mac to blink out, you know?
Yes.
I saw the blink effect, and I was like, where did the Bat go? He's a magician. And then I looked up, and I was like, oh.
And my guy committed to that one.
Especially for
the thing, right? Like, sure, Mac dies. That was a 4-hero, basically 5 heroes there for the Mac kill. Okay, let's not.
Look bottom. QBFY setting up.
Yeah. Okay. Ooh, Oh, lovely skewer back from Boom. Is it going to result in anything, though? Just a kill onto Januel by the looks of it. QBFY's got to back away, but Shed should just be able to run him down. But they want the Medusa, they want the big kill, they want Jackie. And with the arena coming down, they might just be able to get him Ice Blast on top of him as well. Of course, doesn't mean a whole lot against the Medusa, but they've got the damage to bring her down. And Jackie will fall. Great kill coming out, and they're looking for another, but in comes FBC on the side, and a pause comes out. Oh, this is awkward. Lag?
Oh
Lag?
no,
Yes,
people are lagging. All right, quickly. Okay, just to be fair, Shad has been chasing Januel for pretty much the entire fight. But let's go look at the arena. That's way more important.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Woo. I don't know. If I was an observer right now, just the thought of only watching Shad chase Januel sounds so much funnier than the big arena team fight.
Yeah. I mean,
but it's so grief to the viewer.
Right. The thing is, this storyline's been building. You know, this was from the skewer back from Shad and Januel. There was a skewer back on the tower. Yeah. You know, like Shad was just like, "Oh, you guys go chase him. I'll just finish this off real quick. You know, I'll deal with Januel." He ain't dealing with Januel. I think Januel's getting out here.
I mean, again, how much delay is there right now? Maybe Twitch chat can. No, wait. I'm loading up the stream. I need to double check the delay. We need to do Twitch chat does observing, where they can choose what they want. Okay. Oh,
I don't think that's a good idea. I think people should just like, one, if they think Januel's going to live, and two, if you think Januel's going to die.
Okay, fine.
And we'll go watch the main fight.
I'm checking chat now what they want to watch. I'm pausing. No, I wanted this to be a big problem.
Here we go. Jumping in. Tim's might be the first casualty here as a cold feet comes off of him, but Sanctity's so low on the Monkey King. Tries to keep himself alive. Gets a ton of damage back onto Mac, allowing them to bring him down in response as Januel will fall. FBZ skewer back onto Boom as QBFY surrounds him as well. Oh, how did that land? God's Rebuke from the low ground, getting the kill there, but still, it's going to be another hero cleaned up and should be everybody dead on the side. That might FBZ gets away. What a gamer. Nice spears coming out from him, so FBZ somewhat salvaging things a little, but not really. It's a complete disaster for Boom Esports.
But this is what I expected from Na'Vi post-laning phase, even during the laning phase, like this aggression, breaking down Boom, showing them that they don't have damage, and look how long it took Shad to kill Morphling. I hope for Na'Vi's...
But he dead on the side. That might FBZ gets away. What a gamer. Nice spears coming out from him, so FBZ somewhat salvaging things a little, but not really. It's a complete disaster for Boom Esports.
But this is what I expected from Na'Vi post-laning phase, even during the laning phase, like this aggression, breaking down Boom, showing them that they don't have damage, and look how long it took Shad to kill Morphling. I hope for Na'Vi's sake, Shad does not do this in the next fight. Like, what, it started at 13:27 and it ended at what, like 14 minutes? My guy spent...
Someone's got to deal with this.
Over half a minute. Okay. Yeah, true. Got to stop him 4-point wave forming throughout every fight. Yeah.
Too strong.
Yeah.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Yeah, I think it's. I mean, definitely kept in retrospect here because we even paused and I didn't say it, but definitely questionable to go for that play after the Medusa's dead and then you go for the arena with a Batrider. Like, you're really playing on the corpses.
You kind of cut your losses, right? Yeah. Oh, wow. Sanctity going for a pretty high value item this game, right? Going for the Fusel Blade. Boom is dead.
Navi.boom.magnus is dead.
Yeah. It would be worrying if Boom was dead, because that would mean there's a 5-man wipe.
Yeah, that has not happened. But still, just want to make that clear. You know, some people might not have a good read on the game.
This is such a 3-year-old joke we're doing right now. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Mid.
Yeah, fair. I mean, to be fair, Boom the player and Boom the team haven't had the strongest showings in recent years, so
yeah,
maybe they just, you know, they've not clashed for a long time.
Maybe their destinies are tied together.
Ah, I see.
The day we see Boom Esports at a TI Grand Final is the day they'll be playing up against Boom in the finals.
Isn't the Costco kid say the Boom? Isn't that his thing?
Yeah, I was thinking about that yesterday and I was like, I'm not doing that.
I'm not doing that either. I'm not thinking that level, but free content, Navi. Yeah, if you want to drop to that level.
Or Boom Esports, you know, everyone wants to fly him out. Januel in the middle lane, likely going to be losing his life here. Strength Morph.
Yeah.
Pulse 5 is dead.
The Diffusal Blade, super high value from Sanctity. Against Medusa, even the Slave of Batrider against Morphling. It will be able to rip through these heroes if they're out of position. And again, the 3k lead from Boom was built up from the fact that Na'Vi did not pressure Medusa at all in laning phase. And that's kind of about it, right? Of course, Batrider got a couple early good kills. FBZ has just been intensely farming the entire time. There's again, I would be surprised if this lead was to grow for Boom, as it is. You know, Na'Vi in the driving seat at the moment. They're the ones who are looking to take the fights. I think for Mac, at least he wants to get that BKB boat. I say that they're smoking up. This could be a smoke that we heavily critique.
Hey,
if it is to fail, right? It's like they lose. If they lose this fight, then
okay, I want to see some.
No. This is what I mean. I mean it from a point where it's like this smoke. They should just be farming.
There you go. There you go. That's what I like to hear. Alright. They're gonna meet each other here most likely. Na'Vi smoked
don't
up
like this one, but
Batrider. I mean, everybody's here. A whole of 10 heroes are in this corner of the map right now.
Medusa's the one who's going to be showing on the tower,
it's not what you want
and they can just skewer her back.
Unless the illusion bait works. I mean, Jackie's tried this yesterday as well. Let's see, they find the Rubik. They're going to silence him up and just try and blow him up immediately, and that will be successful. So it's already a 4 versus 5. Jackie kills off the tower. Do they want to try and jump in here, though? They have the blink RP whenever they want to get it down. Boom, trying to go for it blind here. Finds FBZ, tries to get it down, but gets arenaed and skewered. He's in trouble. Boom needs to survive this. But if they lasso him up, they want to try and take him down before he gets off the RP, and they will be successful in doing so. No buyback on the Mac either. So they're playing without him now. AA Blast kind of ripping through him. Really nicely done. That's going to get FPZ killed off, but there's so much damage coming out from this. Medusa in the middle of the fight. Chad trying to fight up into everybody. He can't finish the job. Medusa gets away. She won't tick away to the AA Blast. Somehow has just enough health as QBFY trying to juke around the trees here, but also going to go down. And it is basically everybody dead on the side of Na'Vi. Boom Esports take the fight.
I don't know. There's something about Na'Vi that it's just kind of uncomfortable to watch, right? And it's kind of rough a little bit, but the one way Na'Vi can struggle in that fight is literally this.
Yeah, Boom just
skewering his way into the fight, you mentioned earlier. You're getting RP off, instantly getting hit by a spear arena. And now look at the fight. Right? It's all pumped up, the coming through. The Batrider's throwing out the sticky.
Yeah, just way too much AoE.
Multiple hero Mystic Snake. Like,
yeah.
If there was just a little bit more patience from Boom, and he waits for that blink to be up, he might hit one hero, might hit two.
Okay, and now we've got an RP on the mid lane onto Rubik.
Yeah, okay. Rubik said again, but like,
yeah, but RP, that's...
Every bit of net worth gain from Boom has been from Na'Vi heavily blundering a fight, in which they're the ones creating the start of the fight, right? And now they're going to keep going, of course, RP is on cooldown, but with Diffusal Slow and Orchid,
that'll be an easy
like, look how easy they kill heroes. That's why I'm shocked. I'm flabbergasted. I don't use that word often in casts, but for the caliber of these players, I am expecting a lot more from Na'Vi. I am shocked that they are struggling so much to click the buttons.
No. I mean, to be clear, I think the blink in from Boom was fine. Like, I have no issues with the blink. The skewer, not like that. That was just really desperate, trying to force a fight way too hard. Like you can
unhinged.
Reset. Like you can absolutely reset. You've got no reason to try to be chasing them down there. It's like they were like, oh no, they're going to escape unless we do something radical on it. I don't think their read on the situation was correct. Obviously, it's easier for us because we have all vision, but yeah. Definitely want to look back on at least. Boom, though, you know, they've been given a bit of a gift. They got their lead back to where it was before. And they can start to hit some really heavy timings down. And FPZ is going to be looking for this BKB, so he's going to be in the US BKB camp, which is always nice. Medusa heading towards Butterfly at a pretty quick rate. And just second item Butterfly as well. Manta Butterfly, no worries. Hasn't really been stopped or slowed down at all.
Which my matriarch will prize.
It is funny though that they pivoted this Morphling to POS 5 because it was kind of like, okay, we're gonna have a use. Well, actually, it's not even useless. Genuine's actually looked pretty good, but
he's done a lot of work on Morphling. Yeah, no complaints so far.
in theory, it was this idea of like, we're going to have a useless pos 5, but we've also made your pos 5 useless as well in the Ancient Apparition. But that is hyperbole for the sakes of entertainment. Neither of them have been anything close to useless. They've both done their jobs pretty well. But still, you would have picked anything else in this situation on either team, you know? That's, I think, the point I'm trying to make.
I mean, Na'Vi are smoked up. So much form of initiation.
Man, they actually blink past each other, and Shad's now just kind of sitting here without a BKB, and he's just going to get lassoed up and dragged back to the high ground. This might just be Shad dead, but a nice Wukon's command coming out, and the fear coming down as well. It's going to buy Shad the time that he needs to survive this one, and get the return kill onto Januel instead, in fact. So, Na'Vi just protecting the heroes quite nicely. I think just with the numbers of Lash in that fight, able to turn it around. If there was anything except 5 heroes there, then that would have been a pretty clean kill onto Shad there from the side of Boom Esports. But yeah, Shad probably would have been playing that aggressively if he didn't have 4 heroes behind him. So
I think it's going to hurt Na'Vi a little bit, right? Like the idea that you've grouped up again as multiple heroes, you go for a kill, you only find a Morphling, you nearly lose your CK, then you reset. It's like, it does hurt the momentum just a bit, but 2 minutes left for Roshan on the Radiant side. They are positioned down here. Maybe they look for it. But of course, against the Bat Rider, the Mars, the BKBs, I can see why they're not instantly rushing into it. Jackie does have the Butterfly, as mentioned. We're looking for the Aghanim as well. Against multiple melee heroes, Aghanim is pretty good value just to create that. But he is just getting jumped by himself.
yeah, do they have the damage on the side of Na'Vi? I think they do. Medusa is dead. Boom Esports getting a little bit careless on the map here, giving up a couple of key kills, and that was the biggest kill of the game so far. Medusa going down in the top lane. And do they get into Roshan from this on the side of Na'Vi? Probably not. I don't really want to move across the map like that. But yeah, I mean, they're going to be able to get up their RP back after using it on the Rubik in the middle lane earlier on. Felt like that was something that could have been punished. It wasn't. So, have RP. Lincoln's also available for Boom as well. Of course, it's nice to have that on himself to stop the lasso coming out, but also not bad to throw on somebody else in the right situations.
I mean, he is farming really well. Like, that Boom's doing good. Boom.Magnus.
Yes.
Is Shad looking for... Okay, no, he's looking for BKB first, which he's about to complete. Then he'll go back for potentially Heart or Blood Dawn. I would like to see Blood Dawn. I think there's so much jump already that eating through the evasion of Medusa will be critical. But this next whole game. Alright, Boom, smoking plus 3. Now Mars is well involved. They are going to be running into some pretty big timings on Na'Vi. Double BKB is now available. Monkey and CK just completed theirs. So Boom aren't going to be aware of this. Smoking into an incredible power spike for Na'Vi. We'll see who can get the first jump.
It's going to be the Rubik. The first blood on this fight. Now RP coming down just onto Mac. They want to take down that Bat Rider, but it's going to allow Jackie just to unleash on the sidelines here, but the Fear connects, and he's forced out of the fight. They will be losing the Magnus at the very least by the looks of it. Yeah, it does go down, but they'll lose Januel. FBZ pretty low, has to back himself away. The BKB is coming to an end, but Shaddy's looking for it. Blinks in, stuns out, Yule onto himself here, onto FBZ. Now the blink away as well, getting him to safety into the tree lines. You've got to stay away from Jackie. Still plenty of health, plenty of mana to work with on this Medusa, but Shaddy doesn't want to stay away at all. He wants to get on top of them and bring down this Medusa. Cold Feet's coming out as well. He's just stun locked in the middle of this Jackie. He's got to just try and turn around and fight, and they will be able to take down Shad at the very least, but does eventually die himself. Sanctity just trying to stand his ground. Yules is out to cancel out the Jingu. He's going to have to bounce himself away using that shard. He really wants to come in and finish off FBZ here. Doesn't need to. Here he gets the job done. And very narrowly, it's a Na'Vi fight. But Max coming in to try and make that not the case. Or Sanctity in the trees, trying to get out. He will be alright. He's got the shard.
Oh no.
Jesus.
I was like, so FEZ was on super low HP, right? Sanctity jumped in, but he then FEZ soul ringed and then took 10 damage from a or 20 damage from a melee creep and died.
That's how it
That's pretty
goes
rough.
sometimes.
Oh god. Oh, either way, small little plays. Like you can see. Look, ready? Look at that little 10 damage.
Boop.
We are gonna see the replay. We'll see if he even means anything. Jump in, they get the Bat Rider. Wants to be pretty cool here, and Navi's ability to stand their ground.
Yep.
And the fight continues on. We keep getting kills. Butterfly's super scary. I think FBZ again having a pretty decent game. Some arenas have been quite spicy, but okay, we'll see if the highlight includes Soul Rings. So see here, he's chilling, and then he Soul Rings and dies.
Sorry for the rebuke or
Yep.
spear or something like that.
But yeah,
the
he
creep
Soul
kills
Rings
him.
and insta dies. Yeah.
Oh well. Meanwhile, live we had a Rubik kill, which led them into Roshan. No big deal. Just get themselves an Aegis, which they're realistically always going to get on Shad here. So, the Chad, able to just jump into the front lines now, do whatever he wants, basically, with very little consequence. Although it's interesting that Boom Esports is set up around here, though. They're going to look for a target, but being very cautious on the side of Na'Vi. It does feel like they know something's up here.
Dire's middle tower
Yeah, they've even circled it as well. Willow.
Have you clicked on Kaori recently, by the way? My
Nope.
guy is farmed. Look at him.
Oh, damn. He's got 4,000 gold in the bank. And a Philosopher's
course.
Stone close to ticking out.
Yeah, I mean, Lotus, of course, is pretty good value against Bat Rider, right? You know, throw that on. Now you can't lasso. We'll see if he wants to go for it. He might be, you know, a
Minus
greedy
X.
lad and get like a Hex or something, knowing Kaori, but I think Lotus pretty good.
He can afford a full Aghanim Scepter here, too. But, get those right clicks coming in. Okay, he finishes the Lotus Orb. Full thing just purchased up. Bottom side, Lasso coming out onto Monkey King, but Mac is just going to die here. Not sure about that one, Mac. Laying into that Monkey. Not going to work out too hot.
Yeah, Mac has been relatively excited to jump in and to farm the side lanes, and Na'Vi are kind of slowly learning this throughout the game and now starting to punish it a little bit better.
Punish the greed as Arena going to come down here. Just getting the quick kill onto QBFY. Fair enough. Januel somehow scoops up that kill. I think those are kind of like small kills you want to be getting in this situation. You're playing into Aegis. If you can just Arena off and just grab a quick side kill, you'll absolutely take it.
I think we're also learning why we don't see too much Bat Rider mid lane, right? It's like the idea that after a strong laning phase, you need a Blink, you need BKB, and you need all these items. And sure, there is a build where it's like Dragonlance, Witchblade, and you're playing on kind of like the right clicks, but you can feel how if you aren't constantly getting pickoffs and playing on your smokes, the hero just isn't as kind of active and pressuring on the map compared to so many other mid lanes.
Yeah. I mean, Lasso is always a really useful tool in any game. I think the rest of his kit kind of struggles to perform. You need the fights to go in very specific ways for Bat Rider to really feel like a really strong core. You know, you need to be long, getting out lots of napalms. You don't really want to be jumped, but you know, you're not really going for a tanky build on Bat Rider as well. So being able to stick in the fight and stack up napalm properly is just not that realistic.
And this upcoming fight, if Na'Vi execute on their terms and well, I just don't see how Boom should be able to win it. Right, you got Bloodthorn now complete on the CK. Aegis still for 2 minutes. Lotus available in Ancient Apparition. Like you could look at any hero on Na'Vi and you're like, okay, that's a big item timing. Like Monkey King, he's what 500 gold away from a Skadi. So you look across the board, you got like yours 4 soon on Willow. You have Skadi, Diffuse or BKB Monkey King, Bloodthorn BKB Blink on CK, BKB Blink Lincolns on Magnus. Like you look at all these items compared to Radiant. What you've got 3 Yules, a couple BKBs. Like survivability is Boom's itemization right now.
Yeah.
Even the Axel Medusa, the Butterfly Medusa, and Na'Vi, it's just like they want to kill. They want to own the map.
Radiant's bottom
But
tower is under attack.
And
we'll see
Jackie,
if they
like,
can do it.
Dire's top
absolutely
Radiant's bottom tower has
going for Kaya Sanj feels like kind of the only option here. Like, you've got all these stuns. You know, you see every single fight is just locked down, beaten down, slowly but surely taken out of the fight. You can go for something like a BKB, especially against Bloodthorn if you really want, but you're just a Medusa. You know, you don't want to play for those moments in a fight. You know, you want to play for the full fight, full duration. You want to go for the items which are useful from the first minute of the fight to the second minute of the fight. You know.
Ooh. Boom be looking. He's smoke.
Can hurt you. You can't survive that burst, that focus.
And just for some clarity,
Chaos
guys. Oh, go on. Oh,
Yeah,
jumping.
going on to FBZ here. And it's a nice pass to follow up as well, but there's a lot of heroes nearby from the side of Boom Esports. But that said, they're just not doing anything to Shat, and he's going to be able to get up his BKB to turn around and pummel the Rubik. Bye-bye, Tims. Stonegaze coming down. Jackie, what's the play here,
They're
buddy?
going in.
Maybe going in, maybe going out. I'm not sure. Shake it all about, and now Boom comes in with the Okikoki as FBZ Arena coming down. Very nicely done. Is it going to be enough, though? Boom are going to be able to land out the RP after all onto Jackie. And now Jackie just stuck inside the Wukong's command, just being beaten on down by the monkey, by the Chaos Knight, and will be losing his life. Boom trying to fish for the +1, doesn't quite find it, but guess what? QBFY, he's in deep, can finish off FBZ. They'll kill each other as Boom does secure the kill onto the Mars, but ultimately it is Na'Vi's fight.
Yeah, they have so much damage, especially with that jump, right? And there is a little bit of lag, of course. It's unfortunate at the moment, but like for Boom at least, like Na'Vi getting the instant jump, as soon as Boom's on retreat, that's not a fight for them to take, right? Because when you're running back, you're getting chased down by a Magnus, there's a monkey jumping from the tree line, you got Willow for control. Like, I'm a little not surprised, of course, Na'Vi were seeking that fight, but it's just so difficult for Boom to play on the map. Like they don't really have heroes to keep waves pushed out and skip waves aggressively, and to not even play Rat. I think when you say Rat nowadays, it's not like taking towers and trying to win the game that way. It's more like stopping creep waves from ever getting to you, right? Like Rubik's already dead. Your Medusa's now on the low ground. Your Mars is on the high ground. Your Morphing's getting yours up. You then hit a beautiful arena. You slightly delay the RP because Boom has BKB. But there's no follow-up damage, right? Max already half HP, no mana. He's retreating. Of course, I don't want to waste a lift to get down some heroes here. It wouldn't really do much, but it's like if Boom execute a bit better and are together, they can win some fights. But they keep getting jumped and they keep getting their formation split super quickly. So then we aren't seeing the cores work together. And Tims has died what has felt like at the start of every fight.
Yes,
at least
yeah,
at least in the big highlight packages, he's always dead first. So great
Yeah.
selection from Na'Vi at finding him to prevent him from maybe being like the X factor in some of these engagements.
Is under attack.
Not to be too critical, but I really haven't seen anything coming out from this Rubik so far. I don't know what Tims has done.
It's been a game of critique for sure, right? Like when you look at Na'Vi's lineup, the fact that they were down 7,000 gold was due to multiple Na'Vi errors, right? Like Boom, of course, capitalized on it, which is very good, but their draft needs to capitalize on errors and then play in a perfect position. Because even if you have a 5,000-6,000 gold lead, there is this inevitable 20-minute timing of Na'Vi where their draft should always be stronger based on what they have, and Boom just weren't able to respect that.
And
FBZ,
here.
okay.
I'm not sure on this one. FBZ jumping in and just getting himself killed off very quickly indeed. Now Jackie just trying to get off the damage here with the Medusa, forcing Na'Vi to pop some BKBs and keep their way out of the fight. But the moment that Stone Gaze ends, you know what's happening. Oh, Monkey King jumps in but gets turned to stone straight away, and he's just going to lose his life. Sanctity is gone. Oh, Na'Vi, they mess up big time. Kaori also going to get taken down here as Yules comes down onto him, and he's left for dead. The rest of the team are running for the hills right now. Boom trying to get out. Shan and QBFY also on the run, but Januel is chasing. He has the Monkey King forward, but they've got the vision on the high ground to turn it around and force back that Morphling. And QBFY is even thinking about this right now, but he does have a team behind him. You don't really want to jump this, guys. And Na'Vi, they recognize that. They'll get themselves back, but yeah, the Monkey King jumping in just at the very last second of the Stone Gaze there, and unfortunately just about getting caught out. Or maybe that was the Agnums actually from the
I believe it was
Medusa,
a shard, yeah. No.
It's a full Ag Shard build, so got to be ready for that one.
I don't know, actually. I did not see the replay close enough. I just saw he got stone gate, so either way, Sanctity jumping in and instantly dying, but also FBZ jumping in and not pressing BKB. These fights, no man. This game, it's just a little weird. It's so back and forth, like. And the thing is, like, this kind of helps Boom out this like chaotic energy, because the entire time Jackie's like, okay, guys, as long as this happens, like, I'll get one more fight in me. I'll get one more item. I'll get closer to maybe becoming the hero, because he has gone for like the very defensive build, right? Like Ags, Kaya Sanj, Nan going for, I think it's he's looking for Disperser as well for the Dispel. Like, your Medusa is going for the let me try and soak up as much as I can, and at some point it will show in a fight. But
Lasso out onto the Monkey King here. Do they have the damage to take him down in time? I think they do. Fear comes out, but it's not enough. They'll kill him off. Tim's also down on the sidelines, by the way, as it should be. As RP comes down onto both the Mars and the Medusa. They're going to try and go for the Snake Lady as FPC just dies as an afterthought. And now Jackie all alone, trying to just get off the right clicks, get off some damage, but the stuns are coming out. The control is coming in, and the Medusa, slowly but surely, will be meeting her demise. As it's taking a bit of time here, but they will finally bring down Jackie. And that is going to be 4 heroes dead on the side of Boom Esports. But in fairness, Mac able to get off some ridiculous damage on the sidelines there, just absolutely destroying Boom. Yeah.
I kind of feel like we're getting to a point where I'm expecting Boom to start winning some fights, right? Like,
I know what you mean, yeah. Unless like Navi can keep on the ball with objectives, you know, get this Aegis and...
It's not even that. It's more like, I feel like every fight from Boom, if we re-watch them, there's always going to be like a key hero or spell that just isn't used, whilst Navi kind of throw everything. Even like they miss Ice Blast, but like they throw every spell into the fight and they get enough kills to have like resource advantage to make the next move. But for Boom, it's like FBZ's dead, no Reno. FBZ's dead, no Reno again. Or Tim's is dead. Or, you know, Max on half HP, he can't fight. Like every fight. Yeah, true. Let's just ignore the constants. But it's like, there always feels like there's something missing, be it, you know, play or spell from Boom, that when they eventually do start connecting the fights, I feel like it is natural. Of course, Aegis will help Na'Vi out immensely with cushioning that kind of expected outcome potentially of a later engagement. And also, you know, Sanctity, 2 fights in a row now, he's jumped in, instantly put himself into a disadvantage, dying twice. So it's 10,000 lead for Na'Vi, but again, I'm not hyping them up too much to being like the one with the massive advantage for sure. We're going to be taking Shard. Who's going to get it? Januel. He can now press the shift.
Indeed. Doesn't seem like a very good Shard, but nevertheless, he's got it now.
This is one of probably the harder games I've had to cast, I think, in recent time. I'll be honest. And we've cast some weird games, but this one... Yeah,
this one's...
Like
I mean, it's fun.
They're playing in... You know, it's fun, but like they're playing into each other, you know? It's like, rather than it being like, I am this team, you have to beat me, it's like, it's scrappy. They're going at each other's throats.
It's an incredibly messy series, yes.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, if either of these teams played like this against a BB or a Liquid or a Falcons, then you already know the story of that game, right? But
yeah,
they're not playing here now, so we are just enjoying the fact that it is just 2 very scrappy teams going toe for toe, and FBZ underneath Vision gets caught by the root, has to BKB. Even Arena.
TPing out here. He's kind of just trying to bait them in, but for what? Well, for this. Lasso comes out. They're trying to take down the Magnus, but they need to kill him before he gets off this RP, and that's not going to happen. So RP's still available. He doesn't use it in the few seconds he's got available. Does finally get a chance to throw it out now. He wants to go for the reset, though. He's trying to get out of the fight and will be able to do so. As Medusa getting very, very low here. Jackie needs some help, but he's not going to find it. And they jump forward onto the Morphling. Morph is going to fall 4 dead on the side of Boom Esports. This fight not remotely close, and again, you got to be asking the question here, folks. Why go for that fight? You had no Arena, you had no BKB. Just leave on the Mars, but they didn't want to do it. They knew FPC was just kind of dead. So
You know what? No, I take it back.
Ugh.
Boom are just not going to take a fight on their own terms, you know? I was waiting for like the arena, the Medusa, everyone to sync up together, but
Yeah.
another
Tim's
fight,
to steal
another
a spell.
disconnect. It's less about Tim's. It really is just there is just no natural synergy occurring between the Mars and the Medusa. It feels like Mars, Bat, and Medusa just multiple fights where they just not work together, and that is again testament to Na'Vi. They keep running at Boom, keep finding the pickoff, keep playing on their vision. Like, under this amount of pressure, you are going to make mistakes.
Holy moly, that was a big jump.
And a massive jump.
All right.
It's
Bye bye,
inevitable that, yeah. Do you want to do the hype cast for the clip?
No, I don't want to. Not this time. It's not
That
this
GG is
game,
called.
man.
There we go. Yeah.
Yeah, there it is.
Phew.
GG is called.
Yeah.
Na'Vi will be taking game number 1. The Medusa doesn't even get a chance to respawn when it comes to, you know, getting up that high ground, countering out Na'Vi's movements, forcing Sanctity onto the back foot. You can't let this Lina just run around and be like the phantom fire fairy of death. That's never allowed in a Lina game.
Then boils down to supports. Like Earthspirit has to roll the kick.
Yeah,
You can put him on the
that's what I was saying
tower.
about Muerta.
Like they can do good stuff there. So we shall see if Boom can create that kind of those timings to play on.
I don't think it's so much about Januel. Like Januel's kind of just the lane securing guy. I think it's about FPZ with his Fiend's Gate as well. Like FPZ needs to be on point with helping out with
like hit 6, instantly TP onto mid lane where Lina is like stepped up the river or something. Like yeah, I can see that.
Yep. Just generally like being there for Mac, you know, like Mac should never feel alone in this game. He should always have FPZ ready behind him.
Ooh, and a pause.
Mac is basically going to be like a child playing on the beach. You know, he's got to be able to like go and kick over another kid's sandcastle and do what he wants, you know, go into the water. And if he goes too deep, FBZ is going to be there with a, you know, with a little inflatable rubber ring to help out. If the kid's dad comes in and says, hey, why'd your kid destroy my sandcastle? FBZ needs to be there to be here. Back off. My kid can do what he wants. He's a special boy. But Lina, she's going to be the tide trying to drag Mac out to sea. And of course, FBZ won't be there to save him for the first few levels. Learn to swim on your own. And it is a strong current. Lina, highest win rate hero out of the high-picked heroes in this tournament so far. She's been doing bits. You need to have a good plan against it. A bit of trading going on right now. You really, really don't want to try and stand your ground against a Muerta and Enchantress level 1. These guys, they'll click you. They'll click you something silly. You're really fighting that one out the hard way.
We'll see if Sanctity can recreate the same punishment that we saw from previous Lina Earthspirit matchups. Of course, Lina, once you get a couple more levels with the Dragon Slave, utilizing you know, combustion, right-clicking on the high ground, it really just kind of compounds into Earthspirit. Not having the best time in Kori. Oof, already pretty low.
Yikes! Yeah, narrowly surviving down here in the bottom lane. Want to run himself back, and Tim's even looking for the courier as well, and we'll be finding him. So courier at least moves close to his courier to get the items from it, but Tim's going to be very successfully grabbing that freebie. A nice dead shot as well from Tim's. Doing bits down in the bottom lane at the moment, putting the pressure onto Na'Vi. Shad is going to try and clear out the waves as quickly as possible, and that's going to be another courier. Okay, so 2 courier deaths in the bottom lane so far.
I mean, it's also quite a nice combination they have here, right? Like, you've got the dead shot to contain heroes inside the firestorm. You're going to be able to burn even more of their HP, even the slow from the cooling is going to help out. But, yeah, we'll see if they can get the levels to be able to utilize this. Of course, level 3 is going to be a big timing for both of the Boom offlane duo. And it feels like they're going to be, you know, pretty happy on their way there. Gyrocopter isn't really leading with any deniers, and they're CSing pretty well. Yeah, Shad just needs to be careful. Especially Korea already at 2 minutes is securing a water rune. That's a a pretty early rotation actually for the water runes.
Dire's courier has been killed.
Sanctity with
Wow.
his bottle, he takes top, and then Courier takes bottom. They really want to shut down this Earth Spirits. Yeah, nice little move there from Coyote. And Shed doesn't get punished.
That's severe psychological damage. Like, if I'm the Earth Spirit, I'm like, I am severely depressed.
Nope. Well,
You pick Lina into me, and then you move your support minute 2 for the water. Come on, guys. Come on. Have a little bit of humanity. Let me at least have a fair matchup in the middle lane.
I mean, look at it this way. It's also a respect thing. It's like, they know that if Mac doesn't have a good game, a lot of the early tempo disappears. So he's like, you know what?
Yep.
They respect me enough to want to shut me down. I will show them that I deserve this respect, you know? So it's, you could also look at it that way. And Januel...
Great mentality, T.
No, thank you.
January getting tickled a little bit by QBFY and Boom. There is a lane here and now, apparently, so that's cool. Boom just farming in the river, as you do. I love when Dota gets like this. We just have new lanes being created in random places.
In fact, did you see the Reddit post about the suggestion for like a new map design?
Nope. Was it good?
Honestly, it was pretty fucking cool. Like, they basically wanted to, on the Radiant side, extend the river. Sham was all water-based. And then the Dire side, it was like no water, of course, keeping it as it is. So it's kind of like adding more to the theme of a ton of water around Roshan would make Slardar very happy. So there are some downsides to it, but I don't know. Thematically, it looked really cool.
Being
like,
happy.
Yeah. Either way, like, the point of Slardar is not really big enough, but just looking at it, like, extending the river, making it feel more like more fresh, more open, adding kind of like additional layers. I don't know, I wasn't opposed to it. I think, of course, you can evolve it and make it better, but the little concept of making river more kind of active into the map sounded kind of fun.
Yeah, that was like a good map change. Like, it's just a small thing you can do, which freshens up the game a little bit. It's not really going to affect balance too much, mostly.
I think that's one of the most exciting things I think in Dota, honestly, is like getting something like a map change where it really shifts how you play. Because like right now, like how we see laning phase, right? It's like everyone goes to lane, it's 2-1-2, there's no shift. You pressure where possible, you make stacks, you TP out when you're dying, you know, you twin gate for an early move. Like everything's kind of following like a script for the early game. So yeah, we'll see. Again, we'll see. We're getting carried away here.
Yeah. And why are we getting carried away? Well, it's because this lane
Everyone's farming.
a little bit grim.
Yeah.
Well, Max, he's doing okay. He's not doing great. It's kind of the classic Spirit mid thing, but he's level 5. You get to secure every range creep, can roll in on Sanctity, try to be annoying in that way. So, you know, it is what it is. The other hero just kind of struggling is actually Navi.Boom and the Sand King. He's about to get a whole wave coming in under his tower as Shad does actually go down on the bottom side. The poking is just way too much. The rotation across from Januel as well gives them the damage they need to take down the Gyrocopter. A very good laner so far from Boom Esports, I'd say.
Yeah. Doing well, punishing where
The side
possible.
lane's looking great. Yeah. Kind of now on Sanctity to do something with his middle lane, this mid lead. And we'll be going for the Boots of Travel build as well, so I think it'll be a while before we see Sanctity really start to ramp it up, but still early days. I mean, turning up on 6 minutes now. Who's gonna get that all-important power rune? Sanctity. Gonna move on to the top side. Mac doesn't have the role, unfortunately. Only 2 points in it so far, so
Just look how disastrous it is for Earthsphere, right? Like, just the CS difference there. Vice versa.
Yeah.
Again, Mac having good levels, like, I want them to bring heroes to his lane now. Like, we called it earlier, it's like, alright, you survive the lane, you don't get fully pushed out. Now, what do you do with that kind of level? FPZ, though, getting a little bit pressured bot, but able to walk it off. Won't be dying to the poison. It is only level 2. Hey, if you're Na'Vi, you got to be careful here, right? Like Mac, he's happy to leave this lane as soon as he sees a hero underneath tower, and with the Wisdom runes coming up in 7 seconds, this could be a chance for them to go. But with the dead shot pushing them back away, Na'Vi aren't really going to contest. And they even give the Wisdom Rune to FBZ as well, so they really want him to get 6 as quick as possible. I feel like the call for Boom is, like, when we can kill Lina, hence why Mac isn't rotating to a side lane. Because if he rotates to a side lane, waste Magnetize, then they 100% can't kill Lina, right? So it's maybe that's why he's being quite burnt, you know? I say that, now he TP's down. I don't know if I'm a fan of this too much. If they have to kill Shad for this to be worth.
Let's see, rolling onto QBFY, should be able to bring him down. I mean, Magnetize has been used here, so as Willow doesn't die, then it's sort of questionable. And, well, Disruption, gonna make it a little bit awkward here. Okay, Willow survives, and the first rotation from Mac, not successful at all.
It kind of felt like Boom was communicating one thing and then suddenly changed the plan, right? Like it really felt like they were looking towards Lina, and yeah, the bot move just wasn't the one. They were going to be getting a free edge kill.
Yeah, just looking to play that every day. Use your regen rune. Get back up full mana. Yeah, I mean, it's the only rotation Mac can make, unfortunately, so it's extremely obvious. We mentioned it before that unless you can bring the Muerta up to the top lane, it's really just going to be...
He doesn't need to make it, though, right? Like, he doesn't have to go bottom. Like, they were so close to going to mid that... I mean, he just got too excitable. He was, like, kind of desperate after not making moves for 8 minutes.
Yeah. Here we go, another roll coming in here, but you've got to be careful here. Sanctity can just unleash on the sidelines, but with 4 heroes here, they will be able to take down KO at least, so... Mac finds something to get him on the board. Got a bit of money coming in his way. Nice stack in here from Na'Vi as well. Both ancient camps being stacked. Oh, never mind. Glad to see even the best mess it up sometimes. Na'Vi Boom has to back himself away from this scary hedgehog, and yeah, Boom, they're like, hey guys, what you doing?
Ball of aggression, yeah.
Yeah.
Just 4 dudes running around at 9 minutes, like, they're not taking sacks, but they're just like, you know what? We see you, we're here. And Shad's not going to complain by this.
Oh, absolutely not. Space for the gyro is always nice. Space for the gyro is, yeah, very welcome.
And it's why Lina is such a good mid laner, right? Like, because of how much range she has, the speed that she kills mid wave, she's never really at the wave. It's like, you push it out straight to jungle. So Boom are to try and, you know, take down this mid tower to create a little bit of an opening. They need to, like, get multiple heroes, wrap around with a smoke into the jungle, find her when she's hitting the neutrals. Then 10-minute rune, they are contesting it. QBFI TP's out, but they do jump onto Curry.
Okay.
And this is the swarming that I expected to see. I wanted to see this, but a minute earlier, 2 minutes earlier, onto the Lina. This is why I was shocked that they went for bot lane. Like, this could have been such a cleaner move and an earlier tower, but it doesn't matter because Boom at least still replicate that move and are trying to take the tower.
Are you happy with Jackie being here though? Wow, yeah, he's committed to this one. I mean, it's a great place for him to fight. Call down Laguna and Tim's is dead. There's not even any commitment required.
Well, I like the idea that Jackie came to force Na'Vi a little bit, but because they didn't kill Lina or Core at the start of the fight, then yeah, unfortunately Lina does do big damage. But again, I think the logic of Boom was correct, just at the wrong time. You know, like I was saying, not to repeat myself, but yeah, Na'Vi aren't going to complain too much about that. Another kill for Lina. She's top net worth. She has what, boots of travel now, and already the point boosted towards Aghanims. She is incredibly farmed.
Yes, yeah. So shutting her down is going to be a very, very big task. One that we'll have to see if Boom is up for. Again, it does kind of come down to Mac, right? Like, he is your jump, he is your catch, he is your Lina control mechanism. Ooh. But he needs to be farmed enough to be able to put up a threat.
When they're smoking,
like, the Blade Mail's nice until she gets Ags, then it's like, okay.
Yeah. QBFY looks rather dead here, as they have smoked onto him.
Oh no, he just used the voice line as well. The embarrassment.
It does make no sense.
Made a bit of sense. Max still trying to keep his tower alive. Really wants to go for the power in here, but actually might be in some trouble. Ursay comes out as, well, nope, never mind. There's a portal coming. This is what we're talking about here. The Fiend's Gate coming, but the roll doesn't connect, and Mac going to get Laguna Blade in the back of the head right now. Cooldown's going to whiff, though. Mac's still on the run. Can he make his way out of this one? He's got a roll available now. Rolling Boulder to get away. He's so quick, and he is going to live after all. Absolutely what is needed, though. When we were talking about this in the draft and how this kind of team functions, it's pretty high skill, but FBZ always needs to be on point. Great TP across, saves the Air Spirit's life, almost sets up for the counter kill, which is what you really would have wanted to be seeing there if you're a Boom Esports fan. Lina lives again. Sanctity continues to dominate the game, but she's not alone up here in the net worth charts. Jackie's doing very, very well, playing with his team, but also getting the money.
Yeah, he's about to complete the Aghanims, and there's no stacks though available for Jackie to lean on, right? The jungle is just getting farmed up. Underlord likes to farm jungle. Ench likes to farm jungle. Sure, you can maybe invade the Radiant stacks as we see here, but on the... Actually, they did... Okay, they've lied. They just made some stacks. Alright, I'm blind. Wait, what? Am I blind? You know what? Might be. I am blind. They have a triple stack. It was a double, and it just become a triple, so you know what, I take it back. They have one stack in the jungle for Bristle to farm. These don't count, they're Radiant. Ooh. Why do I always see QBFI just running away from the most, dangerous of positions?
Yeah, he likes to play on the edge, The canary in the mines, if you will. This is like incredibly weak pushing. Here we go. PZ getting involved now. Januel and Tim's all down here in the bottom side, just trying to take the tier 1. Should be able to do it. The power of the Enchantress is enough. Aghanim's just 1,000 gold away for Sanctity. Absolutely going to be a pretty phenomenal timing. Like, yeah, the Luna's not really, like, found many free kills. She's basically just Laguna Bladed 2 supports, and that's been her kind of 2 kills of the game. But it doesn't really matter. She's stacking, she's farming, she's not really pressured, so... And here we go. Kairo's going to go down as well. Has a core actually died this game? Yes, Shad is the only core to have died this game. Okay, great. And that was like very, very early on as well. That is crazy. This is like very pure Dota then. This is very like... We'll get to see how everybody's ideas kind of work. As everyone's going to have a game.
No, I mean, it's nice this way. I think... Again, for Na'Vi, they understand that they have the better scaling. They know the game's going to feel good later on, but Jackie's behind the tower. Boom with the Blink Dagger.
Bringing everybody in on this. The stun does miss, allowing Jackie to get off this Bristleback. He's getting the quills up, but is it going to matter? The damage is pretty big, and they will eventually bring him down. Jackie does get a damage off the other way, though, and this should result at least a kill onto Shad. Januel coming across as well. A couple of spears coming down. They'll need a little bit more, but they find it. Matt comes rolling on in and brings down both Shad and Boom. And now looking towards QBFY as well. The damage needs to come through here, but, I mean, Boom are all over the place. There is just so many heroes. And Mac, he's going to end up this fight with a triple kill on the Earth Spirit, catapulting himself into the game.
I mean, I kind of hope we get a replay for that fight, but if we don't, it's okay. It's the initiation from Boom. He opted to go for the full channel epicenter underneath tower, and we are going to see a replay. But like, he goes full epicenter channel. He missed the burrow strike, and at that point, he was able to throw himself right into the corner of the low to high ground, ensuring that his back is present both the Gyro and the Lina. And yes, Matt with Blade Mail, the Magnetize, easy able to clean up, and then Boom does go down to the falling standard. So it's like
1 boulder, 2 kills.
You have the flanking with a blink on the tower, or protected by the tower, then blink in. But rather than just getting the instant free stun, opening up the fight with good vision, he goes for it blind. He's going for like the Hail Mary play, and I think that he just made the fight so much harder in complexity than it needed to be, and Na'Vi get punished for it. And this was the same thing that happened in the previous game. It's like that one mag play where he skews for an RP.
Yeah, very reminiscent.
But it's like these are the mistakes in this game. Boom have the draft to make that mistake and to multiply it to feel way worse because you have Earth Spirit and Bristleback that naturally want to play into your face, right? So now they need to be careful. I think they are very quickly going to learn that they have the damage. It's just all about execution. As Boom, we go from critiquing his initiations in top to potentially also now just dying in mid.
Yeah, he's a
so
gunner.
Struggling a little bit. Hold. There we go.
Pretty
in the last couple of minutes from Boom.
Say.
Yeah.
I was going to say Chad from Mac, but he didn't actually have it. Not to pop another Stone Remnant on him, but he didn't have it.
And we didn't mention, but FBZ does have the full pipe, so that is he's a happy lad.
Yeah, that's a hell of a timing. Again, he just wants to be there every time his team needs him. He wants to be portaling in, helping out, just swinging the numbers into their advantage. Which is great for an Earth Spirit, because you can just play super deep. You can go for pretty much any play you want. As long as that Fiend's Gate's on cooldown, you're going to have a friend to help you out. Bottling himself up. Oh, QBFY has been seen. Nice sidestep from him, though, as the Arcane Rune gets used. Mac trying to just bring down this Willow, and yeah, will easily be able to do so. Mac is now 9-0. What the? Okay, all right.
I mean, he went from having a relatively like kind of quiet game, like sort of a couple like slow rotations.
Couple of
felt a little bit
kills,
weird,
which were like, nah, yeah, don't really care.
but then always at the right place at the right time. Like again, he's cleaned up multiple heroes after Na'Vi blunders, and he's gonna have a BKB as it hits 20 minutes. Like he's having a great game.
yeah, phenomenal. Big Mac kicking off again. As Sanctity's kind of silenced up right now. Mac trying to move in, thinking about doing some... Oh my god, the damage coming out from Sanctity is just way too much. Nice godlike streak, bro. See you later.
Oh no!
He takes a bite out of that Big Mac. QBFY also going to get balled down on the side.
That's
Once again,
that's a caster curse if I've ever seen one, by the way.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm rewatching that on stream right now. Don't worry, it's only like a 10-second delay, so it's pretty quick. All right. Here it is. We're praising Mac. Having a great game. Oh my god. They're going on Sanctity. Again, I'm rewatching it, so please don't mind me. Looking at chat. Oh, okay, yeah, it begins. Again, the act is so ludicrous. Like, the fact that you get 35% magic resist, all your spells are magic.
Yeah, you can just...
Like, you don't care about Blade Mail. You just
I
don't.
love how he's like, I'm using Blade Mail. You can't hit me. Sanctity's just like, yes, I can.
Oh.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Oh, and then we get a pause.
There's a mouse issue.
Wait, there's a live mouse?
Or
no,
a live
of course
mouse,
not.
maybe.
No, it's clearly a gaming mouse.
Could be, though.
True. Could be. That's a shame we don't have, like, open air events, you know? I want, like, the crow pause or the seagull pause from, like, a... ESL Cardiff or something. Open air event.
There's a drunk man.
Help.
Attacking me. Please help.
A second.
Anyway, going for the Dragonlance build as well. So, going to be a little bit more greedy on the Enchantress. I'm not surprised. UBFY, meanwhile, KRA looking for the Ags. So also going a little bit greedy. Has that Philosopher's Stone, so is able to do so. Get that cash.
The concern I have for Boom, though, is after their early map move, from like 10 to 20 minutes, how do they start, winning the game, right? Because like Bristol gets a BKB, and now you're looking towards lockdown being a deciding factor for a lot of the fights, right? Like when you move to an objective, when you look to a tower, like you need a pick-off to kind of take that next motion. And Lena already with the icon was showing that she doesn't care about Earth Spirit. So the backline jump of Boom is now somewhat nullified. BKB and kind of like tankiness from Shad is not here yet, but it's, you know, it's inevitable in the next 5 or 6 minutes. He's about to complete the Aghanims. So as every kind of 5-minute window progresses, Na'Vi tick another box to going, okay, we don't care about this now, we don't care about that. And that is unfortunately why we don't see too much Underlord, because like after a strong lane and an early aura purchase, you don't really become an X Factor hero. You don't become this statement style of like, don't worry guys, we can smoke around the Underlord. You're always kind of hoping for the fight to last a really long time to utilize the physical damage reduction from your aura or multiple uses of pipes and mechs across a fight and the roots, right? So the game only gets harder for Boom, and that's why I think as the clock hits 20, the double BKB on Earth Spirit and Bristleback will need to be decisive. Like it needs to be like a pick off a Roshan and kind of like some type of heavy momentum play. So if they sit back and keep hitting creeps, then like I said, Na'Vi will be extremely happy with the kind of trajectory of the game. Even though the scoreline looks pretty favored to Boom, it's not somewhat true to the actual game.
Nature of the beasts for sure.
Yeah.
Look at the heroes, it makes a lot of sense. As Kero's going to get dropped here, but Mac, he's getting blasted by Sanctity, but Sanctity doesn't have the damage to rip through him, and a shield rune in that bottle gives him all the health he needs to keep on fighting, but he can't find Sanctity. Oh, Sanctity just about TP's out, utilizing that flame cloak to get over into an awkward spot and get himself away to safety. All right, it's just a kill on Kaori. That's all it says in the end.
I guess a silver lining to Boom as well is that Boom the team is the silver lining, that Boom the player for Na'Vi is having a really, really bad game. Like, my guy's rocking a blink and a pipe. They not really got much. Of course, Sanking...
okay, but it's like...
Yeah, it's just like... His farm's there. It's nothing special, but that is at least something to lean on, where it's like, okay, Sanking doesn't already have, let's say, Veil. He's not looking towards like a 25-minute Shivas, right? Like he's not truly countering our Bristle as of yet. But here's the smoke, the fight, and the aggression that we anticipated from Boom, that we want to see from Boom. They are relatively split on the map, though. They're showing 2 heroes top, 2 heroes now smoked with Mac and Tims. They are trying to do a lot, whilst bot lane as well. Underlord is getting jumped and picked off. Of course, Underlord wants to play the side of the map.
Yeah, Tim's nice dead shot, going to drag back Melina. Oh, but unfortunately Mac misses the roll. Doesn't really matter, because they're going to be able to just roll to the Lina again, bring it down. So Timesy will die. It's not a good trade for the side of Na'Vi, so...
I guess he just didn't see the initial roll from the Earth Spirit, maybe? I don't know, but...
I'm not sure about
it delays his TP a little bit, of course. Roll is 4 seconds, so as soon as you see roll missing, you need to TP, because it is going to be up again if you do delay it by a second or 2.
Yeah, which might happen there, unfortunately. But now with the Arcane Rune, that's not even the case anymore.
Missed the pick-off that you wanted to see from Boom, though, right? Like, you kill a Lina that has been a first death of the game, hardest hero for Boom to kill. She kind of just runs into your face. You get the freebie, and QBFY dies to a Tormentor.
Yep.
But Roshan will be falling to Boom. And this is now going to be an Aegis onto the Bristleback for him to be able to start hitting some high ground, which helps, right? Like the Aegis into Lina, you survive that Laguna. Even if you died to Laguna, right? You have that second life. You're not going to care. And now...
Yeah, it makes pushing relatively easy. That's... The poking is ridiculous from Na'Vi on the other side of the coin there. It's like, you throw down like a Demonic Purge, a Disseminate, and then just call down Laguna. Your Bristle is going to die, even with these items. So, I'm just saying,
I love the,
if you go for some tier 2s, you might just be dead anyway.
The Aegis power play is pretty hilarious, actually, right? It's like, they take Aegis, instantly, 1,000 gold difference loss, you know? It's like, oh my god. Jesus, alright.
Give him
just with the Aegis, like, give him a minute, let him breathe. Look at the gain!
Oh, they're doing it.
Incredible. No, I actually do like the idea of like the like trying to quantify the benefit of an Aegis, right? It can like the concept of a farming Aegis is quite nice. So again,
Look, All I want is a damage dealt drop down on the left hand side of the screen. Okay, I've been asking it since the day I started casting.
Damage dealt. Isn't that literally the fight recap?
Yeah, but over the game, you know, on the left hand side of the screen we have no.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And then give me a.
I mean, they do have that. ESL has that. They have the like the hero spotlights. I don't know if they have it right now.
Yeah, they do.
For this stream,
I'm just saying, I want it on the side of the screen, but.
Oh, specifically in game. I see. My bad.
Yes. Yeah.
I was I'm praising ESL. They've coded that already. They're good eggs.
Yeah, ESL are on it. Don't worry. Although ESL guy, if you really want to make me happy, Core's dying here. If you really want to make me happy, then start using the damage to gold coefficient. That's hype. I love damage to gold.
That's quite a nice one, to be fair.
Yeah.
Do you invest into?
It's just fun to talk about carries in that regard as well, especially like stuff like Alchemist versus. Because then you can figure out exactly how much gold they need on average to start doing like as much damage as say like a Luna with a similar amount of farm.
Yeah, I'd argue a graph would be quite nice for that one. You know, visual learner and whatnot.
Pie chart.
Ooh, QBFY.
Yeah, just doing QBFY things if being very deep.
Oh, TP insta cancelled.
Yeah.
Okay, will he make the best juke of his life?
Oh, he's trying. He's doing his best.
I believe. Look,
Sprite comes out from Januel. Deadshot gonna miss as well. QBFY heading to the tree line. He's got another Shadow Realm available. I'm just kidding. We don't really care about this. It's just.
Look at the time.
I mean,
it's so OP.
I mean,
another Deadshot miss.
Okay, this actually turned into a pretty amazing juke from the QBFY.
Of course. Meanwhile, Max dying because his supports are running around the tree line. Nice try.
Oh,
QBFY,
hit him with a nice try. Okay.
Look back top.
No, you can't die now. You can't die now. Oh no.
Run. You've literally all chat them.
Oh, I yes. Him again. Not again.
What a god. Oh, chat goes wild. I can feel it. Boom, tipping his willow. You didn't think he would live, Nomad. You had no belief.
No, I said we don't care. This is over. Like, but yeah, he just keeps. Wait a minute. Tim's gonna fight him again.
No, run! Ah, another realm. It's like the 4th realm, by the way.
Yes, it is.
Oh,
boo.
Oh, and now Boom's dying.
Yeah.
Sorry, wait, what? How on earth? Sorry, let's just take a step back for a second. Let's dissect this. How does 4 Shadow Realms later from the Willow somehow become Boom then dying?
Look, he saw the jukes happening. He was like, whoa, this is so cool.
I want to be
it's
part
exciting.
of this.
I want to be part of this. Yeah, exactly. He wanted to do some sick jukes as well, so
Yeah,
it happens.
Again, okay. Well,
Jackie forcing Shad to BKB TP out. A little bit awkward. It is what it is. I had a really good point I wanted to make, but I've forgotten it due to all these jukes taking place, so...
I mean, it was
Can you
some
just
beautiful
reply
stuff.
if I made a really good point?
Yeah. Great point, Nomad.
Thank you.
I don't know, I was going to throw you under the bus there, but I decided not to. I hope that shows...
Rare mercy.
Yeah, I know, I was very close to, but I was like, you know what, I'll show that I'm you know, evolving, my character is improving. You know what's not improving?
I remember it now.
Wait, hold on, let's see if Boom dies.
Alright. Looking like that might be the case right now, trying to escape to the side. Sanctuary's here to back him up though, might be able to get at least a little return kill, but Kaori, he's going to be the one to drop instead. See you later, buddy. Yeah, very important point. The passive on Philosopher's Stone is called Boom Bust.
Oh yeah, it is.
So
how many
we
Boom
got
Busts do we have
Boom
in the game?
Esports and Boom. So and everyone's busting. It's with the Philosopher's Stones. It's quite something.
I don't think any single pro player, or even maybe someone in Twitch chat, to be fair, but I don't think anyone knew the passive name of Philly Stone.
The very weird name as well, which is
Boom Bust.
Boom Bust. Yes.
Yeah. Well, today we learned.
We did.
After all the shenanigans, though, Boom will be a little bit upset that they weren't able to get more with the first Aegis, right? Like, They spent what, a minute and a half of this top chase to then take a top tier 2, mid tier 2 still alive. Like you kind of expect the first ages of the game to be a close out every outer tower and ensure that the second ages for Boom is the decisive. We take a Rex, we try and close out the game, right? But they didn't really get that much from this from the first one. Of course, they have scaled well. Now the farm of Na'Vi, all 3 cores. At some point it was like kind of leaner, and then Gyro's sanking at the bottom, but they're jumping onto Shad at the moment with VKB. It's going to be able to turn it around.
Available as well there, but with Sanctity backing him up, why not just stick around, kill Tim? Shad trying to go for the TP. Oh, just about makes it out in time under the cover of the BKB. Sanctity has a BKB available as well if he ever wants to use it. Kaori, it's just kind of dead. TP'd into the outpost. Wanted to be there for his team, but his team aren't there for him. So.
And that's why, like, Boom, they've done so much map chasing, right? With the Earth Spirit, Underlord TPing around, Bristle leading the charge, that it's bought a lot of time for Sanking and Gyrocopter to catch back up, and they're going to go onto the Bristleback. He doesn't have the Aegis. They just don't have enough damage yet.
But they don't quite have enough in the tank. It has felt that way quite a couple of times now for Sanctity, trying to blow up this Bristleback or just any of these heroes. But every now and again, he's just falling a little bit short on the damage mark.
But that play alone installs so much fear into Boom. Like, imagine you're the carry, and you're like, wait a second, just the mid alone is forcing me to have to second guess my positioning in a fight. Like, they need to find this Lina. They need to stop her from getting any spell onto the Bristleback. And that was our concern with the draft, that after a half an hour of play, they will just, scale out of the game. They will just fall victim to Na'Vi's lineup, unless they find these, explosive moves. And again, they're smoked up on 3. They want to find Shad. His BKB is on cooldown for 6 seconds. They do see him. 4 second, 3 second BKB.
Going very, very close here.
BKB's
1
up now.
second remaining. He can get it off, but I don't think he's got the health to survive through it anyway now. Jackie's upon him, and they kill off Shad. Big kill for Boom Esports here. Big kill indeed. What can they do with this? Well, Roshan, it is pretty close to respawning, so they're just going to head down to the bottom side. QBFY waiting on the other side of this portal, doesn't know what's coming his way. Jackie's going to just immediately blow up that Willow, take him out, and now goes looking in for more, but blink away from Na'Vi. Boom, getting himself to safety. But they just want to take over this area from the map and set up for this Radiant Roshan, which is respawning in just 15 seconds time.
Just again, a really nice move there from Boom. Like, they had to find a big pickoff with that smoke to drag more heroes across the map to find a hero, and they find Shadowball heroes who, sure that he got the kill bottom, but because he used BKB, there was such a brief window, but they could punish it, and punish it they did. Roshan is going to respawn. They scout out with the Warpine Raider or Enchantress. Oh, I'd like to think Boom will go down there, and I do love this pickup from Underlord.
Nice
we'll talk about it in a second.
Though, if they could make it work. Mac being jumped without a BKB available. Nice block coming out from Boom, and that's going to secure them the kill. Boom, rightly deserving of that kill.
Look at Roshan though. Jackie's straight away into the pit. He's trying to do it quick, especially because Mac is dead. He does have TP though, and a tier 1 in the off lane for Dire, so he's going to be able to get there very quickly. They're
coming on Na'Vi. They're looking to try and fight this one, but I'm not too sure if this is going to work out for them. That said, Roche is not low yet. Bristle a little bit slower compared to other heroes that are doing Roche. They look over towards Januel, but Januel's got a whole mountain of heals. I mean, he just got Laguna Bladed, and Januel is just absolutely fine.
He does not care, yep.
Not in the slightest. But here we go. Jumping in now with Boom, trying to get down the Bristleback. Bristleback going to be the big target. He's just losing his life. He is gone. Now they'll go towards Januel. Januel also going to fall. FPZ has no choice but to TP away from this one. They've lost 3 heroes already. They cannot afford to lose more. Na'Vi turn up to the pit and take down everybody. And they might just get themselves Roshan from this.
It was just an incredibly awkward fight there from Boom. Like, Bristle had BKB on cooldown when they started hitting the Roshan, so by the time that he gets jumped, it's just coming off cooldown. Underlord also had Fiend's Gate on cooldown for like 15 seconds. He had the Aghanims, so he wanted to use the Fiend Gates to spawn another route in to then try and control the positioning of the fight. So he was delayed his entry to the engagement by double digits. Earthspirit didn't really want to buy back as he didn't have Magnetize. It's like, between all of that, like the fact that each core had a reason to not really want to fight and forcing the pit, I kind of feel like as soon as they went Roshan and they saw like the Na'Vi wanted to react, disengaging would have been optimal, delaying their entry to that fight. But instead, they took the fight head on, even though the cooldowns. And again, we're gonna see it here, right? Like they go onto Mac, they get a very quick kill, and already from the mini map, right? The positioning of Boom, they want to go for the play, but a little bit funky once again. And yeah, but he put his bloodstone, DQ's in front of 3 seconds. By the time he dies, DQ just comes up, and it just wasn't really enough resource available for Boom to confidently stand at the pit. Unfortunately, does seem to be another problem that kind of bleeds through each game that we see from Boom. There's just moments of, I don't know, poor teamwork or poor understanding of what the big picture is for their draft. Smoked up though. They're not going to let this this blunder hurt them. They are running it down the lane.
Yeah, they'll go towards Boom, but Jackie doesn't really see him. But luckily, they've got the Fiend's Gate to come in, and with that, they're able to land the stun onto Mr. Boom, and they will bring him down. Matt grabs that kill.
Ooh. Again, I do like Underlord Axe. Like the idea of having
really
the additional route. You play very differently. Where it's like you see a hero, it's like instant route, boom, TP in. The whole screen is just covered with them. It is so obnoxious to play into.
Yeah, especially when you're playing with like an Earth Spirit, Storm Spirit, something like that, which goes extra deep, and you just want to give them that extra little kind of like global utility to play with. It's very effective.
BKB's also dropped pretty low at the kind of 30-40 minute mark of the game. It's just, yeah, it complicates things.
It does.
It's not as nice as a stun, but you take whatever you can, especially when you're an Underlord.
And the 25 talent's going to feel really, really nice with it as well. Either one of them, to be honest, but I mean, I was talking about the
I would take the right one.
duration.
The left one is pretty underwhelming.
Yeah, 100 DPS at level 25 is not so hot. Unless they stack up, and then you can just Fiend's Gate on the spot and then double Fiend's Gate them down for 200 DPS. Now we're talking.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's just funny, like, if you compare that, like, 25 talent damage with your Firestorm damage, it's like, Firestorm's probably doing about 500 DPS at that point into the game. Yeah, maybe not quite that much, but
that was a lot of.
That was a huge.
I think you overcooked on that number guess.
Hey, if you're playing into Centaur, then maybe.
Yes, the quad heart Centaur meta. That is.
Yes.
Ooh, look at Na'Vi. They're smoked.
Yeah, they are.
But they're not going to bump into anyone because Boom have quite a defensive position right now, and even FBZ. He is very defensive on the right-hand side. And they're drawing. QBFY, he was expecting FBZ to walk towards the Ancient Camp, but they have the ward. He walked all the way back. I do like that from... Oh.
Yeah, FBZ's being a cautious kitty here.
They was expecting some heroes here, but nope. They're forcing him back to base. Glyph used.
Yep. Jackie knocking on the front door, dragging him back. Hero and Sanctity gonna try and be the defenders here, and Jackie's just dead.
He's gone.
Yep.
He even had his back
very
turned.
Much just straight up dead.
Oh, he was broken. I see. Yeah, SDX. My bad. Didn't catch that part. Well, he's dead.
Yep, and now they're just going to use that portal to come on across here. Well, actually, are they? Mac's actually doing a pretty good job on just shutting down the Na'Vi heroes. This is a very bold play from them, but Laguna Blade comes out from Sanctity on the sidelines, bringing down Mac. Kaori will fall, but Boom goes down with him. So it's another 2 heroes down on the side of Na'Vi, chasing through that portal. Very, very bold play. Is it going to pay off for them? Tim's being jumped a little bit here. Shad trying to stand his ground, but no Satanic, no BKB. Aegis only available for another 10 seconds. They're going to try and burn it out here. That is a question. 8 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2. Januel desperately trying to go for the snipe here, but it is just going to be Shad getting out, getting that reset with the Aegis. And that will be that. Man, what a crazy fight. What a crazy series of events we just witnessed. That was game 1 feeling. I mean, you said it though. You said it a long time ago. There will come a point in this game where Jackie will just walk up the high ground without Aegis and die.
That's true.
You said those exact words, so...
Can we get that clip of the draft plus this play, please, and sync it together? So he walks up high ground. Koyori, with the Ags, he fresh purchase, throws it onto the bristleback. E-Blade Laguna, thanks for playing. You got deleted. And sure, he buys back to try and get at least a little bit of a rebuttal. But the disruption again from Curry just to buy a little bit more time.
Jackie now has to live without buyback for quite a while. Unfortunately, Tim's going to get blasted with this Luna. Sorry, Lina flying around. Probably not.
Yeah, I mean, there's not really much to say. I mean, if SD and Lina play together, then Bristle cannot show at all. Like, he has to press BKB, of course, that will help. Yeah, so. But it's like the question is, like, does he even kill anyone during his BKB time? The answer is no. Which then means if he BKBs to start a fight, he'll die at the end of the fight by Lina. And if he doesn't BKB, he'll just disappear.
So much a BKB to run away, it feels like, as they jump in pretty deep here. Sand King, can he get punished for this? The roll across going to actually end up landing onto the Gyrocopter. The Gyrocopter still has the Satanic available. He's going to pop it with a BKB now and heal himself up and actually just go for the TP out. I don't want anything to do with this one. In terms of buybacks there, Jackie's back on the front lines. And that's just QBFY being left behind a little bit.
What an impressive scoreline. 0-8-3. Thanks to team that fight. Did actually Laguna the Lincolns on FBZ. So Underlord with the Lincolns pickup. That could be the saving grace if he can get that onto the Bristle to save his carry as he steps up the high ground. For Boom to fight though, it's going to sound easy in nature, but executing it is very difficult. Urspirit and Underlord have to find the backline. They need to find the SD, they need to find the Lina. Even if you jump without the ability to kill, you just need to be there to cause them to disengage. And whilst they're disengaging, you're then utilizing, you know, Bristle to, I don't know, run down a Gyrocopter or something. But the issue is, like, Bristle just won't kill Sand King or Gyro by himself. And you can't really rely on Encha Muerta to be the deciding factor at this stage of the game. Like, they are kind of missing one piece of the puzzle in the draft, which is always complicating even if they do find Lina and buy time for Bristle, what happens next? It is just a lot of hope, it feels like. They are smoking this time. Of course, Roshan still is on the Radiant side. Cheese Refresher, Roshan Banner and Aegis. Both teams are aware of this. They're both positioning down here. No vision set up right now. So whoever gets here first will be having a slight high ground advantage.
I just want to mention quickly that Na'Vi do have 25 on two of their big cores. Meanwhile, there's no 25s available on Boom, and this is a big game for 25s. Shad, yeah, he doesn't care. Shad the Chad, he's got himself BKB and Satanic. More than happy to play up into the front lines. Same with the Lina as well now, to be honest. Like, with his 25 talent, as long as you get off the Laguna Blade, you're probably surviving through the vast majority of Burst coming out. And then you can just pop that Ags and Flame Cloak away from your problems. It's very, very tense here. Roshan is up. He's sitting in the pit just waiting. He's got a Refresher Shard and a Cheese. And a Banner. And an Aegis. We're going to try and find a different angle of initiation. As you mentioned, they want that backlines. If they misinitiate, it's going to go very wrong very quickly, and playing up into the vision here is going to be very risky indeed, and they will just immediately look over towards Januel. Januel trying to survive through it all, but will not be able to do so. The deer is dead. Shad looking to just keep on poking, keep on prodding, looking for some sort of commitment. It's a nice little pit coming out, and Max going to try and start the fight in earnest here as he rolls in with a BKB and gets magnetized off onto 3. Great start to the fight as that will now spread to everybody, but he's got the BKB to get himself back. Shad as well, just kind of being chill with his big items, but he's going to have to use them now. He's going to have to use them now. There's a scary, scary dead shot. Look look at that Satanic with the split shot damage coming out from Shad. Oh my god, Epicenter coming through as well. And this might be the end of Boom Esports in this fight, at least, as Tim's getting very low indeed, and Boom should just be able to finish the job. Sanctity brings him down. 3 now dead, 1, actually all 3 without buyback at the moment, but they don't know that. 1 for sure without buyback, they know that. It's just the Bristleback and the Spirit remaining. Na'Vi will head back to the pit.
It's so hard for Boom to fight. Like,
Yeah.
Bristle, sure he's got a heart now, so an additional like 900 HP to play around with, but we're gonna see the replay here. Like, you can look at this fight construct, it doesn't look too healthy for Na'Vi, right? Like, Sonic had to BKB out, Willow's half HP, Gyrocopter's in a position of vulnerability, but the fact that there wasn't an additional stun, they just don't have it available. He BKB, he's Satanic. Easy fight once again for Na'Vi. It's... For Boom, they really are just hoping for like a misstep of positioning from Na'Vi, and it isn't really happening. Even when it was close to happening, it wasn't enough. Like, you really need Na'Vi to make a truly egregious overstep of aggression for them to even be close to winning a fight.
I mean, you need to bait, right? Like, you need Max to be able to jump in and get some spells without having to force his own BKB. You need this Gyrocopter to use BKB or Satanic or something, like, ahead of time. That's now impossible with the Aegis in play, so it's so hard. You also need the Bristleback to be able to actually be in the fights. Like, I understand that he's terrified of just getting bursted down by this Shadow Demon Lina combo, and I don't blame him. It is terrifying, and I don't think you can just go sit on the front lines, but at the same time, this will always be nice to kick back. But that said, with the Satanic and BKB, which Chad is just not hesitating to pop here, he can just do it and kill them off, and that's a dead Spirit. He didn't use the BKB. As I mentioned, wants to bait stuff, wants to try and like get a positive trade in BKBs, but that's the risk. You try to do that, you get yourself killed. Fortification comes out. It is the first melee barracks, so we'll be refreshed when it does get killed. The catapults might just do the job. Jackie kind of needs to go around and deal with this, but it's just like, oh god. He's got it deep. He's got it very, very deep. Going down to the low ground with the cover of the BKB, though. Should be able to survive at least a little bit of time, but look at Shad just coming in, dealing the damage. They have killed off the banner at the very least, but Boom jumping in with the Epicenter coming on down. FBC and Check Boys just looking to keep it going here, and that's 4 heroes inside this pit. It's a beautiful pit of malice, but where it's a follow-up, Shad once again just popping that Satanic, turning around with a flat cannon, doing so much work. Max dead again, buys back, instant death. Sure, they get the Aegis out of Shad, but what does it matter? You don't have much of a team left. They might get a reset here rather than just like a full-on loss. Yeah.
All right, we have a very brief moment. Can we please click on every hero on Boom slowly? Look at their quick buys. They have identified one problem. So Bristle, he wants Ags, but he had Lincolns, right? Muerta, Lincolns. What are we looking on Underlord? Let's go for a heart. We already have a Lincolns. Now let's go to Earth Spirit. What do we need? We need Lincolns on a heart. All right, Enchantress, what are we cooking? Anything? Nothing. The fact that they are going to potentially go for a quick fight here.
Going on right now as Tim's having to run himself away. He's going to live just for now as Boom might not be so lucky. Although that said, with Shad coming on the side, FBZ just has to run. I don't think he gets a chance to run. He's dead. No buyback available on this Underlord. Sanctity looking for kills on the sidelines as well, and Boom's going to back him up as the stun lands onto Januel. They don't know they found him yet, but as he comes out of Invis, they will get that information. But Januel hopping up to the high ground with the Sproink will live for now. Buyback just about comes back for FBZ, so he can stay in the fight. They won't lose the game here. Surprisingly good move from Boom Esports to run out that far, go kill off some waves, try and catch Navi before there is 5, and that's just going to kind of elongate things a little bit further. But they are now massively far behind on Boom Esports. This game went from being very even at that Roche fight to now being a 23k gold advantage for Navi.
I think it's somewhat generous to say it was even, but
I think at that Roche fight, what was it? I think it was a 7k gold advantage to Navi, which, 48 minutes into the game.
It's more like the trajectory. I think net worth kind of is a bit of a bait there, if anything. But either way, Boom have identified with the items that I was calling just before that secondary scuffle was they just want to survive, right? They need to get as tanky as possible, The question is, are they even going to get close to that much economy, right? Like, they're all hoping for,
Yeah.
you know, 5,000 to 10,000 gold across all their heroes, because they all want hearts and Lincolns, right? And we just see Lincoln's now complete from Muerta. For Na'Vi, reset, walk down the lane together. They're jumping onto Mac. He's had a bit of a rough showing in the last fight.
Not again, Mac. Can he get out? No, he cannot. Doesn't even try to go for the rolling boulder. Just accepts his fate, falls, and that's him dead without buyback once more. Getting nothing for it either. Like just no trade, no resources really used for this. They will be able to bring down QBFY now as that's Jackie's BKB though. And now the BKB deficit is looking very, very grim.
Yeah.
Let's see these Lincolns come into play here. I'm so worried for Jackie here. If he tries to be this high ground defending anti-siege hero, he might just get popped. A damn balloon.
Kind of needs refresher, right? Like,
Yeah, I feel
that's probably
like
his big item.
I think Mac does too.
Yeah, there's also other things Mac could do.
Mac needs a lot of things.
I kind of feel bad for Mac, you know? He went from, like, he had to lane against Lina. It was kind of difficult. He was down on CS, of course. He then was godlike, popping off. And then he just kind of just heavily fell off. But
He went from 9-0 to 11-8.
yeah, I would argue, of course, it's kind of an Unlord and Bristle thing rather than it entirely being Mac. But there have been multiple engagements where Mac has maybe not got BKB off or jumped a bit early, etc. But
Dire are scanning.
Yeah, and again, like, it's a lot about the BKB trades. You really, really want to be trying to jump in for free on Mac and getting off like something as they're just jumping.
Bristle.
Jackie, jump in, Jackie, jump in, Jackie. He's gone. No save coming for him. No Lincolns, nothing.
he just walked down mid.
He did. He absolutely did.
Well, now Na'Vi gonna
Well,
walk down
buyback
mid.
is available. They
We'll
will,
have
be,
to use
they will
it.
100% be using it, yeah. Boom, going in deep here, trying to force something, and there's the buyback coming out as Mac once again trying to jump in. This time he's going to live through the starting engagement, but look at Boom. The damage he's doing with his epicenter is absolutely crazy. Some flags coming from the far ground as well. Takes out Tim's. How patient are Na'Vi willing to be here, though? The answer seems to be very. They're not looking to put in the final nail just yet. Slowly just leaking away, buyback after buyback, gold after gold.
I mean, for them, it's just get the next Roshan. You know that Bristle doesn't have buyback. Get the kill, win the game, right? Like the script for Na'Vi winning game 2 is pretty clear. It's on Na'Vi if they want to follow it or if they want to go, you know, a bit off script and see if they can do it without the security of another Aegis. Now a refresher as well on SD. Wow, he's gonna like ultra break the Bristle. Even with the Lincolns, he'll just
Yes,
like I'll pop every Lincolns as possible. No, I got 4 purges. You need 5 Lincolns now.
It also does an insane amount of damage if you do just stack it onto one person as Januel. He's so tanky. There's
Look at the
Eternal
Shroud
Shroud,
build,
Glimmer
yeah.
Cape.
Oh, he's broken.
Yeah, Chargers.
Run.
Oh no. Well, another hero dies. Another hero without buyback, by the way. Damage coming through now onto Mac. He's okay. Oh, never mind. He's not okay. He's gone as well. Oh, 2 seconds left on the BKB. Honestly, folks, that might be it. Defending without Mac is going to be very, very difficult indeed. 1 minute 40 until the buyback's available. And then jump onto Jackie. Jackie's gone as well. No buyback from him. That's it. Game over. 2-0 for Na'Vi. What a way to start day 2 after a horrific day 1.
Yeah, I mean, it is a turnaround, and I think at least